Aaron from Studio 3B. Today I was just bringing you my kids here, Brian and Connor, and I want to talk to you about my surround sound setup and why I think it's awesome. What do you think about it, Brian?
It's all right.
It's all right? See,
Yeah.
It's all right. See, if it gets all right in a kid's mind at age 14, it's got to be pretty good. Connor, what do you think about the surround sound system?
Good.
What do you listen to on it?
I just listen to YouTube.
YouTube. He listens to YouTube. What do you listen to on it, Brian?
Music.
Music.
Yeah.
Is it good lyrics or is it bad lyrics? The last movie we watched on this surround sound system was Jurassic World. So
Very loud.
it was loud.
Yeah.
What do you think when the Indoraptor came through the window?
The shattering.
Was he breathing down your neck, like literally, like
Yeah.
in the room?
You felt it.
Well, we'll like pan around the room here and give you some shots of the speakers and stuff. But we got 5.2 system. It's actually a 5.1 with like a splitter on the subwoofer. I'll get into how I have it wired up and stuff. Technically, that's a little more interesting for some of the older folks. Yeah, it's just I got two subwoofers, and they're spaced out, accordingly, so that the bass has more of an even distribution in the room, and it definitely carries throughout the house pretty nicely. I rearranged the speakers, so when I first moved in, I had them separated in the far corners of the room, thinking that they had to be in the corners of the room for some reason. Little did I know, I did a little research, and I talked to my brother, who's very into home theater and everything, and he suggested moving the speakers left and right closer to the television, tilted inward. And I already had them tilted inward, but tilted towards the center of the room, where the listener sits in the couch. And it just sounded a lot better after I recalibrated the system. So I also took the rear speakers and I had them way up high for some reason, thinking that was the best placement for this room. And I just decided to bring them down lower, where there should be a little bit, like 2 feet above the listener's ear, back just a little bit. And it just gave you more of a presence around different sound effects and things like that.
Oh, and what I wanted to say to you guys, is the Jurassic World was actually so scary that the long dinosaur was going to die because there was a volcano coming. It's
Really?
sad.
Oh man, yeah, the dinosaurs were gonna get extinct again, weren't they?
Yeah, that was the last dinosaur.
The last dinosaur, the Indoraptor. What was it? Or not the Indoraptor, the regular raptor, but what was his name? I forget what his name was.
Me too.
Was it Blue?
I don't remember.
Something like that. The other movie we watched was Kong.
I watched that with my friends.
Yeah.
And then I watched Annabelle too. That was freaky.
I didn't see Annabelle. See,
I watched that at like 3 a.m. with my friends.
you're a braver soul than I am. How did that come out?
It was really good. I liked the door creaking. Dude, I got so scared because I thought like it was actually happening behind me.
Did the door creak like pan through the room or something like
Yeah.
that? Yeah. Let's walk around the room and see if we could show you a little bit about how I have it set up. All right, everyone, this is what I'm running here, close up of my system. I picked up the Pioneer VSX D912 on, it was like, I think Facebook Marketplace, and I got it for like $50. It was like a steal. The guy just, upgraded his amp and just wanted to get rid of it. It was lacking HDMI ports, so I just run the optical out from the TV down into this thing. It has digital to analog converters. It just doesn't have HDMI ports. So, it sounds really good. It's a good sounding amp, but what I use it right now for is just a preamp. It was running a little hot when I was using it as a power amp. It still is fairly warm just being used as a preamp, but I wanted to isolate the power, and I also wanted to bi-amp these speakers. So I decided, and I'll leave a link to the other video about how I have these speakers bi-amped and how I have them vertically bi-amped as the preference because it just sounds better. But that being said, I have this Fosi Audio HD-A1 amp powering this speaker, and I have highs and lows being powered passively through the passive crossovers in the speaker. So I have a splitter for the left channel that just splits the signal evenly between the left and right channel of the power amp, and I have the right channel going to this power amp, and it splits the signal evenly to this speaker, highs and lows, and this is vertically bi-amped as well. So you can see back here I have two sets of speaker wires running here and 2 sets of speaker wires running there, and they run to their respective amplifiers. Also, I have this center channel amp. It is a speaker amp and it's also a subwoofer amp, but on the PBTL setting, it's a speaker amp. So I have it just mono block on this center channel here, which needs to be cleaned up a bit, but it's a good center channel. I think it's like the Polk Audio, I think it's like a C something. but I don't remember the model number of this one. The model number of the left and right are the TSI 300s, and the rear speakers I believe are TSI 100s. We'll get to that. I have the TSI 100s powered on the rears on this stereo amplifier right here. This is the mono block for the center, this is the stereo for the rear, and this is the left and right vertically bi-amped channel. This is my receiver that I have as a DAC and preamp. So that's my system. I have this Samsung 75-inch television. Over here I have the rear speaker. I took the grill cover off so you could see it. It sounds pretty good, TSI 100s. These were my fronts in my old house, but I have the floor standing speakers now as the fronts. Let's see how this thing sounds in Jurassic World.